Yo, it's your boy Marie the boy. I'm back up in this thing, man. Listen. We're gonna go over day 5 of the YNW Melly case, his double murder case. If you don't know who YNW Melly is a Florida rapper. Real name Jamel Demons is accused of murdering his two best friends, YNW Juvie, Christopher Thomas Jr., and YNW Sack Chaser Anthony Williams. Um, And today we had the judge deny the motion for mistrial from the defense. If you were watching last week, the prosecutor um, did some, let's say, less than legit ways of tactics of getting some evidence in, and the defense filed for a mistrial. The judge took the weekend to think it over and came back today and denied the mistrial. We also had two jurors today have issues to where they weren't there um, as soon as this trial started this morning at 9 a.m. One said that they had food poisoning. I forget what the other one was, but they ended up both making it. The judge delayed the trial start from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and the trial did start at 1:30 p.m. Both of them made it. I want to give a shout out to my moderator, Dream Doll, Sophisticated Noodle Battalion Bully, Tanel Bowens, the Chicks 1000, aka Chick 1K. Also, shout out to Nephew for Real. Also, shout out to Flyboy Michael Fo. Also, shout out to my guy, Audio Crack 22. Also, shout out to Unspoken Crime Mysteries or Unspoken Crime Murders. Also, shout out to Trigger Man, tell him, goddamn me. Go subscribe to this channel. Also, go subscribe to my boy Spoon's channel. That's my guy, Spoonful of the Game on YouTube. That's why WTV's father. Please go subscribe to this channel. If you want the late breaking, honest truth about the YNW Melly case, please go subscribe to this channel. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over. Shout out to Eddie. Eddie, listen, Eddie. I'm a fan of yours, girl. I told you I'm single now, Eddie. Don't make me pull up to Memphis now, girl. For real, I'm telling you, I am. I got a crush on you. But anyway, look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over Bruce Rivers, and then I got a couple more videos that I want to go over you with that kind of summarize what happened today in the YNW Melly case. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button on the way in, please. And then I'm gonna open up the floor after that and give you guys a chance enough to come and talk. Eddie, you know you're supposed to have came on the panel today. Don't think I forgot too. It was like I'm gonna come, I'm gonna get on, I'm gonna get on there, I'm gonna get on there, drop the link, I'm gonna get on there. You ain't even get on there. I want to hear your voice, but I'm gonna drop the link later on. See if you get up here.
And let's say they weren't able to link the phone up that well, and let's say Portland didn't testify, they'd have no case. They would literally have no case against Melly. You realize that?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I am a board-certified criminal defense lawyer, and I'm going to be commenting on the Melly case. This is another Melly update, and we are so graciously gifted because behind the camera is the content genius, otherwise known as Michael Rivers. So we're going to react to the Melly thing. But before we get to that, this is brought to you by eSign.com. eSign.com, a very effective way to remotely do business. Here's the thing. Sometimes you're not the first one called, but you're the first one to respond, right? And the sooner you can get an agreement with somebody on whether it's business or whatever, you can seal the deal and get things done quicker. And I use it all the time. eSign.com is an effective way to remotely do business. You download the app, you get 3 free signatures a month. I use it when somebody's out of town or they can't make it to the office, and you're able to seal a deal right away. So if it's not eSign, no one signs. eSign.com, very effective way to remotely do business. We are keeping up with the news, okay? So on Friday, the defense made a motion for a mistrial. And the motion for a mistrial was based upon statements made by the prosecutor in cross-examining Miss Holmes. They called her, and so it was direct examination, but treating her as kind of a hostile witness. So if you remember last week when we had our little chat, I said it's very unlikely that the judge would dismiss the case based upon the defense motion. It's so rare that that ever happens. And so a judge would like to think that a curative instruction would be enough. And that's what happened in this case. The judge said, I'm going to deny your motion, but I am going to instruct the jury. And that's what he did. So now we have so the trial resumes, right? Or does.
Cheers! Welcome at Sandy's Shack Imported Wine and Beer, located at Six Gun Plaza, Ocala. Hi, I'm Sandy, co-owner of the 3,000 square foot shack, where you'll find nearly 500 different types of wine and wine products such as Moscatos, port.
Right? Or does it? No, it didn't. It didn't resume right away because one of the jurors got sick because they were dehydrated. They didn't drink enough water. Well, here's the thing. It's really important, especially in a really long trial like this, that you have enough alternates. So let's talk about what an alternate is. So you have 12 jurors, right? But a lot of times you have one or two or more extra jurors in case somebody gets sick. So rather than kick that juror off, they delayed the trial and it started back up again at 1:30. But an alternate juror, they don't deliberate. So they get to the end of the case, you find out you're the alternate. Guess what? You have to go home. You don't get to deliberate. You're not part of the decision-making process. But they're super important because in case somebody gets sick or there's misconduct or a juror can't serve for one reason or another, then the alternate comes into play. Without those, you can't have less than 12 jurors, and you can't have less than an unanimous jury verdict. So what happens is you got to start all over again. So and courts freaking hate that. So that's what happened today. And then in addition to that, a few witnesses testified about cell phones, and cell phones and your digital leash is really what's going to play a huge role in where Melly was and when he was there. And now keep in mind, the only way they can tie that phone to Melly, because it's not in his name, remember, is if they have somebody, like say that that's Melly's number or conversations that Melly had with other people where he's using that phone, and if they can track it with some of the video that's on. But Bortland, mark my words, Bortland is going to testify. I'd be shocked if he didn't testify. Because let's say two things happen. Let's say they weren't able to link the phone up that well, and let's say Bortland didn't testify. They'd have no case. They would literally have no case against Melly. You realize that? Remember, they've already gotten Bortland's statement in, the false statement in, but they've got nobody say that Melly had the gun in his hands and did the shooting. So right now, what they have is they have Bortland going to the hospital, creating this bullshit story. And why would he do that? He's covering for Melly or covering for himself. And the defense is going to try to hang that jacket on Bortland. In their opening statement, they sort of spread it out amongst a bunch of people, right? But mark my words, I would be really shocked if Bortland did not testify. I thought that Mrs. Holmes was going to be a little more of an effective witness than she was. She hates that fucking prosecution. She hates the prosecution. Why she hates the prosecution? Because they put an ankle bracelet on her. They had her arrested. They've ruined her life. You remember her saying that? So anything can happen. Anything can happen. We don't know exactly. We're not part of the behind the scenes negotiations between Bortland and the prosecutors. But he's looking at life too. So I would be absolutely shocked if he did not testify. So, and keep in mind, these digital leashes, all the cell phone towers and the GPS locations of where you are, when you are there, and that's powerful evidence. And it's almost irrefutable. So if you take a look at this poll, which was a live poll, 48,000 people roughly were polled. And now these are people who are heavily invested into this, and so you take it for a grain of salt. But 19% he's guilty. 74% say it'll be not guilty, and 6% say it'll be a hung jury. Way too early to even ask that question. Just way too early. But it is kind of interesting to see where people's heads are at. Because if you remember Friday, that prosecutor got her fucking ass handed to her by the defense. I mean, she did not know how to deal with Miss Holmes, and she was beside herself. I guarantee you, she went home Friday night and had a stiff glass of wine or something, and she was pissed off at Miss Holmes. I'm glad I wasn't anywhere near her when she ended her day on Friday. So, but it is interesting to see people's reactions. So why don't you tell us what you think about our analysis, and tell us what you think of, I'm sure some of you are watching the coverage. So let us know in the comments where you think this case is going to go. But these prosecutors aren't dumb. They're a little inept at what they did on Friday, and hopefully, if they have their shit together, it won't repeat itself. But the defense lawyers, the old guy with the beard, white guy, fantastic. His other lawyer, fantastic. They seem like they know what they're doing. In fact, I know they know what they're doing. They're good lawyers. And, he asked one question on Friday, and she stepped in a big pile of dog shit. So, and that was kind of a young person's mistake. You can't take that bait, because it's not a contest. It's like, what information do I need to present to the jury to make my points? And if I can't make my points, I don't need to have a pissing match with a witness that's uncooperative. Better off just get her off the stand and move on, because it is what it is. So this has been our reaction to another update for the Melly trial. We'll keep following it. So make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram.
So, did you hear what he said? He said that he would be shocked if Bortland doesn't testify. Pretty much saying Bortland is going to testify. So, I want to see that. I really do want to see that. And just like I said before, when I really got a chance to sit down and think about what was presented in court, of course, yes, I'm with everybody. The defense looks great. The prosecutor looks frustrated at times, um, and she's doing a lot of things that I thought that she wouldn't do, it's like we feel like she's pretty much fumbling the case at some point. But when I sat out and I thought about everything what was presented and listened to what the opening statement was, I realized that at some point they're going to have to pin this on Bortland, which what I mean is the defense. So they're going to ramp up the Bortland did it rhetoric as this trial goes on. They're going to have to, because the only two people that they can put this on is Melly or Bortland. There was only 4 people in that car. The area they were murdered in is so secluded that I learned today that only those cell phones that was in that car was the only cell phones that was picking off of them towers. They found them in Alligator Alley. That's almost to the Everglades. They was in the middle of nowhere. I could see if they was like in a city or something where it would be multiple cell phones pinging off them towers, but the area that the situation happened in was so secluded that it was only their cell phones pinging off of those towers in that area, right? So there was only 4 people in that car: Sack Chaser, Juvie, Bortland, and Melly. Two of the people were victims. 2 of the people walked away from that situation. One of the persons is on trial right now, so it's only one other person that they can put it on, which is Bortland, right? So when I realized that, I said, uh-huh, okay. We all feel and pretty much know that Bortland did not kill those guys. Not even Spoon believes that Bortland killed those guys, right? So the defense is going to have to show how Bortland could have possibly done this, right? So when I thought about that, and then I went to thinking about the evidence. Bortland was driving. They got Melly getting in the back seat from the studio. They got a video of Melly uh, walking out of the studio with his phone in his hand, right? They got him getting in the left rear back seat behind Bortland. They got them pulling. They got them pulling off, right? The other vehicle, the red Mitsubishi, they tracked them too. They never stopped. You got two of the guys saying that Melly got in the red Mitsubishi. They pulled over and Melly got in the red Mitsubishi, which was a lie. And we know that we know this because the Mitsubishi never stopped. The Mitsubishi went straight from the studio straight back to Melly's house. They even got the video of them going through the gate into the gated community where Melly's house was. So that's a lie. So they also got Bortland and Melly. I mean, they got Melly splitting up from Sack Chaser and Juvy's phone because remember, Bortland didn't have a phone. They got Melly getting out the car at 4:32 a.m. They got Bortland pulling into the hospital at 4:35 a.m. Right? They also got Melly FaceTiming or however calling his girlfriend Mariah Hamilton um right after that. And we know that it was Melly who did that because Felicia Holmes, the last witness on Thursday, the lady who said she didn't remember, she did testify to that she saw Melly's face on the phone call with her daughter. So we know Melly still had that phone at that time. You also got Melly's phone being tracked to Fredo Bang's house. So we know he still had that phone at that time. They also got Melly's phone in Melly's possession later on that day when they tracked him to the field. When Jacoby Mills said that him, Melly, Bortland, and Track stopped by our field, and Jacoby Mills said that he found the 40 caliber handgun with the blood on it, and he said he gave it to 100K Track, and 100K Track said he'd take care of it. Then the police, that's when the police was questioning Track in his deposition and said that Track lied to him when Track said that he couldn't get in contact with Melly, but they say when they pinged Melly's phone, they realized that Melly was right beside Track. So they got Melly in possession of that phone the whole time. The same phone that Track turned over to the police after that. So they have him on the scene, and you know how they're gonna put him on the scene at the time of death? You still got the medical examiner and the coroner to testify, right? You know they can estimate time of death, right? Those boys had post-mortem shots, which means they were shot after they were already dead, right? That's going to put Melly on the scene at the time of death. You also got those boys being shot. Juvie got shot from left to right, not right to left. The drive-by was supposed to be happening on the right side. All of the bullet shit holes was on the right side of the car, and some was in the back window, right? So you're gonna, and Sack Chest was shot in the back of the head from back left to front right. That's how the bullets went. That shot Sack Chaser from the back. He didn't get shot in the side and all that shit. He got shot in the back of the head. Juvie got shot from left to right. They had stifling, however you want to say it, on his left cheek going towards the right. So we know that it wasn't shot in no drive-by. You also got Bortland lying about the drive-by. So we know that he didn't shot in no drive-by. We know that the bullets that killed those boys came from inside the car, and we know they were shot from left to right, and then from left to right. Even Sack was shot from back left to front right. That's how the projectiles went, right? So they all pointed to Melly in the back seat. We also know that Bortland didn't shoot them because, and I'm gonna say this too. I got the paperwork. I can show it to y'all. I can pull it up to y'all. Bortland tested negative for field GSR test. They say that when they took the results to a lab, he tested positive, but initially he tested negatively, right? I don't know how he got gunpowder residue on him. Maybe it was because he was in the car, or maybe he gave Melly one of them sporty ass handshakes that they be doing before they split up. I do not know. But I do know that initially he tested negative for gunpowder residue, and I can show you the paperwork. I got it. Um, so it's gonna come down to whether the jury believes that Bortland did this or Melly did this. It ain't no other people to pin this on. Ain't no mysterious drive-by, not an alligator alley. That shit is secluded. That shit is like the swamp. That shit dead end down there. You feel what I'm saying? So, and also ain't no more cell phones. The only cell phones was pinging off them towers was their cell phones. So it's gonna be real interesting. But I'm telling y'all what to look out for. Look out for the defense planning it, trying to paint Bortland as the shooter. That's the only way. All the rest of that shit with the defense been saying, all that shit just smoke and mirrors. It's like a magic trick. Watch this hand, and this hand is the hand that got the bird in it, or the hand that got the rabbit out the hat shit. That's all bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? The people who did the fake Instagram and all that, them people ain't kill them damn people. They know that. You know what I'm saying? They just tried to throw all that stuff out there to confuse us and to confuse the jury. Watch as this trial go forward. They're going to more and more ramp it up and say Bortman did it. They're going to have to. Now, what Bruce River was talking about is that's Bortman's going to testify, and he believes that Bortman is probably going to snitch. I've been said Bortman should have snitched. I've been said it. I've been bet that he gonna snitch, and I still believe he gonna snitch. I don't give a damn what he's saying on social media and all that, because at some point he gonna have to realize that it's gonna come down to you or this man. And you didn't kill nobody, bro. Nobody believes you killed them. So is you gonna sacrifice your life for him to go free? He might do. I don't know. He stood solid this long, but as y'all can see, it's a thin line between being solid and being a damn fool. Because Melly throwing your ass under the bus. You feel what I'm saying? You thinking about saving Melly, but Melly is not thinking about saving you. Melly don't give a damn about you when you go to court and have to face life. Melly putting this shit all on you, son. So that's on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you want to gamble with your life like that? When you go to jail, when you go to jail, that man ain't give a fuck about you. I'm just saying, hypothetically, he don't give a fuck about you. He ain't gonna do shit for you. And another thing, for all these people that's letting him buy them, you better be getting your money up motherfucking front. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You better be getting your money up front. Because if you don't get your money up front, he ain't getting you shit on the back end. It ain't gonna be no reason to give it to you. What leverage are you gonna have to make him give it to you? Nothing. Nothing. He gonna tell you to kiss his ass. He ain't gonna never talk to you, never no more. I'm saying hypothetically in that hypothetical world. I don't believe that's gonna happen. I believe he's gonna get convicted when I still look at the evidence. I think it's like Bruce River said, it's way early. We kind of did um felt away because we just was looking at what was happening earlier, but you gotta pay attention to this too. If that defense attorney would have got that statement that Mariah Hamilton made on Instagram in Thursday, that would have been game over right there. Her statement, what she was saying was she got mad that Track No was telling her they was gonna take care of her up until after the trial. And when she quit that job and took them $5,000 and went down to the Virgin Islands to hide out, they started ghosting her and wasn't giving her no more money. And what she did was she went on Instagram and voiced her displeasure about that shit. And I understand why she did that shit. She did that shit to let the motherfuckers know, hey, I'm gonna tell on y'all. She even said, y'all can call me Miss Snitch, bitch. So what is she talking about? That's why I get trying to tell people, if this man is all this innocent, all this, what's all this bullshit going on? What's all them trying to keep people from talking? What's all this trying to get these cell phone data and all this shit thrown out? What's all that? Listen, if I'm innocent, man, y'all, all I want my lawyers to do is sit back and just chill. Because they can bring everything in because I really didn't do it. I think we all know this man really did do this shit. Now, whether you feel like he can beat it, that's cool. I get it. That's a different story. You know what I'm saying? But whether he did it or not, I think that shit is like cake been baked, boy. We know this man did this shit. But I'm gonna play another video from Katie Live, and it's gonna explain a lot. I'm also finna shout out to Eddie. I'm finna dip over here to Skull Channel and see what Skull got going on too. I ain't never met him, but I heard a lot about him. So I'm finna I'm finna jump over to his channel and see what he got going on.
OGX's salon quality formulas are designed.
Everything.
Damn.
I'm sure some of y'all noticed that there was one thing missing from it all, and that's the day that they played YNW Portland's interrogation in court. There were really two reasons for that. One is the audio from the interrogation in court was basically inaudible, and two is so that we can have a look at the original audio and break it down by itself. Now, from my understanding of it, this testimony is the reason that red flags started to go up for detectives, and is what gave them the start to implicating Melly in the first place. From what I understand, this wasn't his first statement. There was one that took place before this where he told him where the shooting allegedly took place. But this interrogation is them doubling back because they think his story didn't add up. Now, before we jump into it, I want to say shout out to Drip Drop from Crime Circus. Every time I'm looking for interrogation footage, Crime Circus is the place I go to. Bro is legit like a banker, except with interrogation footage. Y'all go check out Crime Circus's channel when you're done here, because bro really does deserve the success with how much effort that he puts into his work. Now, he's the one that made the subtitles and everything for this video so that we can understand what's happening. And with all of that being said, let's see what Portland's statements to the investigators were.
Henry? What's up, man? How you guys doing? Hey, my name is Detective Bertrand. This Detective Mark Moretti. We're here to talk to you about what happened.
So one of the detectives in this interrogation is Mark Moretti, which is the detective that Melly's defense team argued had a prejudice towards YNW. And they basically claimed that once he found out Melly was signed and famous, they got tunnel vision and solely focused on him as a suspect. Now let's see if we can see any of those predetermined prejudices throughout this interview.
Yeah. All right. Listen, you need to be straight up with us and tell us where this happened. Okay? My understanding, you told these officers something, but the evidence doesn't show that it happened there.
Telling me where it happened, officers. Right off of the exit. Right off the exit. Seems like we almost got to the light.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Man, I was playing music. Getting off the exit. I was already getting sleepy. Almost home. You know what I'm saying? And like just out of nowhere, like just heard gunshots, you know what I'm saying? So and I ducked down, you know what I'm saying, in the car. I almost crashed.
Let me back you up a few minutes. Where were you coming from?
I was coming from the studio. From Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale studio. Which way did you take?
I took I-75, 595 to here to
75.
Expressway.
Then you took 75 south?
That's what if you coming from Fort Lauderdale and you take 595, right?
Yeah.
And you get off and you get on the expressway, right? Yeah, so yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And then we got off the Memoir exit. And then when I got past, the little 3-turn signal.
Yeah.
When I got past that.
Which turn signal were you in? Which turn lane were you in?
I wasn't it, but I was getting off the exit. When I got off the exit, after that light, we make the right.
Yep.
I came down. You know what I'm saying? I was coming down to the light. You know what I'm saying? And as I'm passing through the light, you know what I'm saying?
But what lane were you in?
I was in the left lane. I wasn't in the left lane, but I was in the left lane.
Left. He's on the far left side.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you were already turning onto the Parkway, or you started?
I was already.
Now these detectives actually didn't start off too weak. They're verifying the details about where it went down, so they keep asking over and over about it. Now, this is possibly to see if his story changes or if the details change, or simply because they might actually be incompetent. I'm not sure, but I feel like Portland is being very specific with them, so I'm not sure where the failure to communicate is coming from. Also, cell phone location data is going to play a big part in this case in the coming days. So if he's saying in great detail where it all happened, but their phones were never at that location, it's a problem, right? So that's what they're currently doing, trying to verify the details while also seeing if anything changes from statement to statement. But I feel like Portland is being pretty specific and consistent with this statement so far.
I got off the exit.
Yes.
I got off the exit. I'm already off of the exit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I made the right.
Okay.
You see the 3 turn lights, right?
Yes.
Okay, I went through that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Went through that.
Were you going west or east?
I was going, west this way, right?
No. Okay.
Actually, what helped? Where were you going?
I was going to a house.
Where's your house at?
Our house is over in by Silver Lake.
Okay.
18521 Southwest 44th Street. Over there, I can't really
What is it?
It's 185.
18.5?
Yes, 185 21 Southwest
Mm-hmm.
44th Street.
What?
44th Street.
44th Street. Okay, so you were going west. Okay, because you're saying that you made a right.
I'm saying, like getting off the expressway, you make a right to go west. You know what I'm saying? To go west.
If you're coming south I-75, you take the west.
Okay, yeah, you make a right.
There's 3 turning lanes that go right. That's
Okay,
what
so you made a right. Did you get to Dice?
What's that? I'm not from down here, so I don't know.
Okay, once you make the right off of 75, the exit, there's another light there. There's that's where the shopping center is. On the right hand side, there's a shopping center.
You talking about like Chick-fil-A and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
That's what I'm saying. Like I got like around that area, and I then I started hitting it. When I heard it, I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I ducked and I almost crashed the car. So I hit the median a little bit. But you know what I'm saying, I almost crashed the car and I stayed ducked for a little bit. I couldn't really see anything. I couldn't really see anything because I'm like trying to avoid from getting shot. Like I'm blessed to be here right now. Like I'm like I don't know like.
Yeah, and you didn't hear anything, they didn't yell anything was said.
Man, I was the car was still rolling forward. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying not even, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to stay safe, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to even get hit, and I'm scared, you know what I'm saying, for my life right now. And the car is rolling. I don't know what car, which way it went, you know what I'm saying? Nothing.
So you have a description of the car?
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't see anything. Like I was.
Here's the hard part where we're having a hard time to understand is that we shut down the entire area and we had officers shoulder to shoulder walking out. They didn't find as much as one shell casing. They didn't find one piece of glass. Nothing to what you said adds up. And it's hard.
So let me start by saying there's nothing wrong with giving a statement to law enforcement if you witness something bad happen. But if it starts to feel like you're being interrogated, not questioned, because they are different things, you need to ask for a lawyer. And if I was going to pinpoint the exact time that it would have been appropriate, if not at the start, it would have been right now. What the detective has essentially done is straight up called Portland a liar. This should have been Portland's red flag. And the moment he requested an attorney, but he doesn't. Y'all remember? Always request an attorney. And I also want to point out one other thing here that I also noticed. The detective just said how they went and searched the area and didn't find a single shred of evidence. Well, I find that search and that statement to be relatively useless. And let me tell you why. I don't believe that they searched the right area. Less than 2 minutes ago, they couldn't even pinpoint where it happened. And as this interrogation goes on, they continue to struggle to pinpoint where he is clearly saying it happened. So if the search that they are doing and using in court, where they say they did search and didn't find anything, is the search that happened before this interview, for me, it just isn't that damaging that they didn't find anything because these detectives can barely get the location correct. So I can't really trust their search, but that's just me. Anyways, moving on.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that's classic.
I mean, for whatever reason, your two friends died. Are these your good friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These my
these your two, I'm assuming close friends.
Yeah,
and you're doing them an inservice by not telling us the truth.
I'm telling you the truth, sir. I don't like how. What do you want?
How do you make shell casings disappear?
I don't know. How can I tell you about a shell case and I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit.
Yeah, for sure. This is the moment that I need an attorney.
And you telling me, you telling me about I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys open the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's going to be broken glass over there when the windows got shot out. There's going to be casings from the people shooting at your car. Okay, there's going to be evidence over there. Okay, right now, there's nothing.
Again,
I'm a pretty boy. Pizza Hut numbers. Enough for two. Price.
And he can say that, but I just watched him struggle to understand where it happened. So how would he know?
Okay, now I kind of think I know what happened because I got information that something else happened on the east side of the city in Pembroke Parks, but which sounds similar to your thing, but you need to tell it. You need to be straight up with us, okay? Listen, I know you may be you maybe you're scared, but like Mark said, you're doing your friends a disservice. We can't do our job.
I'm not doing no disservice. I'm telling you the straight up honest truth. Like I can't. What can I like tell you if I'm ducking for my life? My head's over here, steering wheel's here. I'm trying to make sure I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm keeping the car straight by hitting median. You know what I'm saying? I'm God, that shit fucked me up, bro.
Let me ask you this.
I look up and see them like how they looking. What you think I'm like looking for a car? No, hell no. I'm trying to. Man.
All right, well, let's just forget about where it happened. Let's just put that on the back burner for a little while. So let's talk about why. Are you having issues with anyone?
So this is the first time during the interview that I've seen this detective try to search for another lead, but I think the reason he did it was twofold. One, he probably was curious if they had problems with anybody, and two, Portland was clearly becoming upset, and by shifting the focus for a moment, he could probably get him to calm back down. When a witness or suspect becomes agitated, the chance of him requesting legal counsel probably goes up significantly, so bringing that blood pressure back down can be a crucial technique to keeping the interrogation going. And I think he did a solid job at shifting the focus with that question that he just asked.
I mean, we are upcoming artists and stuff, so technically, like we have been having like, you know what I'm saying, like people like, when you like start doing better than people, they start hating and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So you had some jealousy issues.
Yes, like jealousy issues, but also like it's know what I'm saying?
Huh?
It was on down.
So did you pass Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I passed.
Did you pass this light here?
Yes, that's what I was telling you. I passed.
Oh, so you passed that light?
Yeah, I got on down. That's what I was telling you. I got on down.
Did you hear the Chili's?
Where's Chili's? Like Polo Tropical type.
Polo Tropical's on the other side of 75.
No, they have one. They have a new one. Close to 172.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah, they have a new one.
Go to Google Maps. I can't do it on my phone.
Also,
Yeah, all right.
so he's close to 172 according to. Yeah. So we gotta go check on something too.
You know where the Target is at?
My bad, y'all. I was on backstage on Skull Channel trying to get on. It kicked me off of there. It kicked me off of there like twice. That shit got complicated. Like it's hard for me to juggle two chats at the same time. Like I'm listening to them, they talking, and then at the same time I'm trying to keep this one rolling too. Can y'all hear what's being said now? Get in the chat, let me know if y'all can hear what's being said right now. I will say this though, when I was over there at school and I was listening to them, I'm gonna tell you again, and it's shocking. It's very little people who know a lot of these particulars about this case. I'm telling you, I'm listening to what these people are saying, and they still don't know a lot of the particulars. So it is paramount that state attorney lays out her evidence and what they have against Melly, because a lot of people do not know. It's surprising. I'm telling y'all, listen, y'all on this channel here and on Spoon Channel, y'all know more than 90% of people who interested in this case. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all this right now. Y'all know more than 90% of the people that's interested in this case. Jump in the chat, let me know if y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. I don't understand why y'all couldn't hear me though. You know what I'm saying? All the volume is shit on point. But yeah, so I just jumped off of Skull shit. I'll catch him on another later date or whatever. I'm pretty sure he'll bring me up. But yeah, it was just interesting to listen to what they was talking about in their theories as to what happened. Now, I will say this. Overwhelming number of people that I heard talking on Skull's panel, they did feel like he was guilty. You know what I mean? They do feel like he did it. They do feel like Mariah Hamilton's mama, Felicia Holmes, was full of shit. But they don't know a lot of shit, man. They don't. It seems like they were we was. Well, I ain't gonna say that where we was at shit. We already knew a lot of this shit years ago. You know what I mean? You know, because hey, man, one thing about me, I know a lot about this case, and I was disseminating that to you guys years ago. I was even watching Al Prophet channel tonight. Y'all know Al Prophet. He been at this shit for years. He got like 500-some thousand subscribers. And he dropped the video tonight, and he was talking about the love triangle. He said it was a love triangle. I think he's gonna do his videos in parts, because when his video ended, it did not touch on the love triangle part. But I do believe that he had some information about the horizontal mambo. And he's very thorough and he know a lot. So I was waiting on him to drop what he knew. But his video was like, I think like 30 minutes long. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for the part 2 of his video, so I can see and disseminate to y'all what he know about the horizontal mambo. But he did put that in his title. So hey, shout out to Trigger Man. Tell him goddamn me. But yeah, I was over there on Skull messing around over there. He did pull me up, but it kicked me out. It wasn't his fault. It was me. I was over there on my phone and I was trying to run this and jump over there him at the same time. Shout out to Skull though, man. I like his platform, man. I wish I could have got a chance to get up there and help him out as far as like let him know some of the information that I know. But we'll get with him. This trial gonna be a long trial, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna go live again and talk about the trial. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Skull.
Where the new Pollo Tropical is being built.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know what Pollo Tropical.
Okay, the new one that's being built on Miramar Parkway. Did you get to that place?
Yeah, I got like like around the area.
Is that where the shooting happened?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be closer to 172.
So he's pinpointed exactly where it happened for the detective. Let's see if it clicks for him.
So you know where Target is at?
Yeah, I know
The Target?
about Polo Tropical. I know. I just
Okay. So is that where you were at?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Where the shooting happened?
Yes, sir. I was just telling y'all that's why I got off the exit and stuff. I got off of.
Okay,
So let's pull it up and take a look. This is the street. He's trying to tell them he took the exit, went down, took the right. They got shot somewhere around right here by the Chick-fil-A, the Target, and the Polo Tropicana.
you got off the exit. At this point, was there a car following you that you noticed prior to? Did you guys have a beef with anybody on the highway?
We weren't.
Like a road rage type thing or anything?
We was fine.
What a weird question, right? Did y'all notice the cop car following you? Was the police following Melly? I don't remember them saying that at the trial. And why does the detective think there was a cop following him? I don't know. It's just a weird question if you ask me.
Okay, so now you get off, you pass Dykes. The shooting hasn't happened yet. Or did it happen yet?
You passed Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I passed Chick-fil-A.
Did the shooting happen?
I got on past light, and then it happened like.
So at the time that you passed Chick-fil-A, did the shooting already happen or no?
No.
Okay.
You said at the time I passed it.
Yeah.
Like a little after. I was saying just a little after.
Okay, so you passed the light over here.
Yeah.
The second light after you pass the exit. There's a light there. You turn right. Then there's an intersection there. So you were past the intersection. The shooting hadn't happened yet. Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
And then I got right on past the light. Follow me? Right on past the light, sir. And I was no bullshit, bro. No bullshit. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And I swerved a little bit, hit the median, but like the car's still rolling, and like I'm still ducking. I'm trying not to be seen. You know what I'm saying? In the car.
Did you hit anything else other than the median? Because you got damage to the hood of your car.
That was already.
The damage to the hood of the car was already there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That happened on the trip. Yeah, on the trip. On Georgia. Somebody had to hit around us.
If you remember the evidence that we looked at during week 1 of the trial, there were pictures of the Jeep and the front was damaged. I'm assuming he wanted to know this because if it happened where the shooting took place, they could be able to find evidence of him hitting something. It was a good question by the detective. It gives him extra things to look at if they did go back and research the area, which I don't think they did, but I could be wrong on that.
Damn, man, this junk is crazy, bro. That moon before all night, bro.
You know, after you pass, there's Chili's, then there's a park, Miramar Regional Park.
I think Chili's like ducked off, right?
Huh?
It's like you can't really see Chili's, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit hidden.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, yes.
Because there's like a little berm that kind of. There's a little shopping strip there. There's a whole bunch of little restaurants. And then there's the regional park. Then after the regional park is the Target, where the Target is at, and the new Pollo. We're just trying to figure out, for you to give us a little bit better pinpoint where you think it happened. Was it before the park or after the park? The regional park.
It was right.
Bro, this cop is really struck.
Sometimes when I think of him.
Bro, this cop is really struggling with location. He told him after Chick-fil-A, after Target, they went through the light and boom. I don't get why the detective is struggling so hard with that, but it really does make you question the competence of the investigation, though.
Hey, how about we get in the car and you show us? You want to do that?
I guess, bro. Yeah, we can. Like, after that, like, I'm this shit, like, it's like bring my anxiety and shit.
He should have been done it 20 minutes ago, but he said he was willing to take them to where it happened. But instead of that, they just keep on with the line of questioning.
Like, these, like, I can't, like, they're really dead right now. I just seen these men in the car dead.
Speaking of that, would it be appropriate to take the victim back to the crime scene after what had just happened there? If anybody knows how ethical this is, let me know. Also, hearing him say that, wow, they really dead like that, also makes me wonder what the implications are of an interrogation with somebody if they're in shock. Like, clearly, either way, Bortland did just witness 2 people die. I wonder if the defense for at least Bortland could argue that he was in shock or something and make the testimony relatively useless if they needed to. I'm not sure of the implications of interrogating somebody if they're in shock. Anyway, let's keep moving.
You don't have a cell phone?
No, sir.
Do you know where they live? Your friends?
They stay with us.
They stay with who?
They stay at the same address.
They stay at this house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How old are they?
One's 21, one's 20.
Who's 21?
Anthony.
Anthony is 21?
Yes.
And Chris is 20?
I think so. I don't know they say, but I know Anthony's 21, so.
You can't give me any names that was you guys were beefing with your other friends on social media? Anything recently came up?
Oh, sir. So, you know,
But I'm sure they're gonna talk to you about it.
I mean, not really. We kind of, not really, because, like,
What do you use for social media? What sites?
What do I use?
Yeah.
I just be on, like, Instagram. Really. That's the only thing I be on. They be on everything else. They be on everything.
What's your Instagram name?
YNW. Yeah.
YNWM?
Huh? YNW Bam.
Band? BAND?
BAM. Why y'all asking?
Just to help us figure out what's, if there's
like the beef stuff. Yeah. Y'all not gonna really see nothing on my page. It's like my page is like people really don't like it.
Yeah, but then we'll get your friend's page. We'll get your friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
You can tell he lying like a motherfucker talking about YNW, bam, all this bullshit. Then when he asks why do they want to know? That's another telltale sign that he got something to hide. That's another telltale sign that he lying like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Why do you want to know? Why do you fucking care? It should not be nothing on there that incriminates you. You feel what I'm saying? Your friends were killed in a drive-by, so you say. Let them look through all that shit. I would if I was innocent.
I understand that.
What about Anthony's?
YNW Stack Jason.
YNW
Stack.
SAK.
Jason.
Jason.
Sack Chaser.
All together?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about Juvie?
YNW Juvie.
What's YNW stand for?
Young Nigga World.
If you pay attention, he don't want to tell them none of this shit. That's why he's so apprehensive when he answering these particular questions. He doesn't want to tell them any of this shit. It's clear he had something to hide. You see what I'm saying?
This is a presentation of service.
Chris and Anthony, are they both from Vero Beach too? Where are they from?
Anthony's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Two years
From Vero.
This nigga just said, I can't believe my boy gone. That's fucking insane. I can't believe you rode around with them in the car while they died. Didn't even trying to get them to the hospital. And enough time for them to live. And I'm gonna say another thing too. Do y'all know one thing that's telling as well? When he pulled up to the hospital, he didn't grab them out of there and try to get them to the inside the hospital. I think that's a normal reaction. If your friends get shot, right, you're going to try to grab them as fast as you can and try to pull them out of the vehicle to get them inside as fast as possible. I know I would have. You feel me? What I'm saying? If my boy would have got shot, as soon as I put her in the hospital, I'm running around to the passenger side and I'm grabbing one of them and I'm dragging one of their ass out. I'm dragging them bitches up there to that goddamn door. I'm gonna meet the doctors and the paramedics and all of that at that door. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
You don't have the parents, like Chris's mom's name or Anthony's mom's name or anything like that?
Anthony's mom's name is Jana.
Jana?
Yeah.
Jada? Jada or
Jana?
Thomas?
I don't really know his mom's name.
What about Anthony?
I just told you what his mom's name was.
Oh, Jana is Anthony's? What about Chris's?
I don't know. I just told you that too.
Do they live here or in Vero?
Told you that too. They live in Vero.
Okay. The mom.
Even Bortland is starting to notice the detective's lack of interest in the actual details of his statements. Then again, he could just be re-asking those questions to see if the details stay consistent.
As I'm in the midst of applying for...
Who lives with you at 18521 Southwest 44th Street?
Them two. Janelle. And his brother.
Jamel's brother?
Nah, and goddamn, no, my cousin, Jacoby, Asian.
What's Jamel's last name?
so before we go further, did you notice he said Jacoby was his cousin? Did you notice that? He said Jacoby is his cousin. So Jacoby Mills, the guy that told that he found the 40 caliber gun at that field and he gave it to Track, and Track said he'd take care of it. That is Bortland's cousin, according to Bortland.
What is it?
Demons. DEMOS.
This is a presentation of service.
And they haven't been having enough problems with anyone lately?
Who?
Your roommates.
No. Not really. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody, then people been saying like stuff is squashed, stuff like that. And
They said stuff was squashed?
people have said stuff was squashed.
Well, who was it squashed with?
Oh, people that don't even like. I know they.
We just, enlighten us, fill us in, helps us to know a little better. Who were you beefing with that it got squashed? Who was that?
Like an old homeboy, but I mean, he.
What's old homeboy's their name?
Like his name is Bentley.
What is it?
Bentley.
Bentley?
Yeah.
That's his real name. That's just what you call him.
That's his real name.
And where's he from?
He's from Real Beach.
Have you seen him down here recently?
You know, son.
I want to explain something too. He's lying on this dude Bentley right now. So I done did a little research on Bentley, and Bentley is he know them like they ain't enemies like that. Feel what I'm saying? He pretty much just lying on this guy Bentley. That's fucked up. Bentley, if I'm Bentley, I want to come see your stank feet ass because he pretty much framing Bentley. You know what I'm saying? It's a real guy. Bentley's a real guy, and he got a lot of, he got a name. You know what I'm saying? I'm just say that. I ain't gonna put Bentley business out there. But he lying on Bentley. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up lying on this man, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up though.
Like honestly, sir, we did get jumped in Walmart
When?
A couple months back, sir. But I don't know who the kid guys were.
Which Walmart?
The one right here, Miramar Pines.
The Walmart close to your house?
Like, yeah.
So that'll be the one in Pembroke Pines?
Yeah.
Did you guys report it?
Nah. Go in.
Who jumped you? Was he inside the Walmart or out in the parking lot?
Inside the Walmart.
Who was it?
I don't know. It was just, I don't know their names.
The incident with the Walmart happened so far back before this shit happened. It was a shame. That's why the police never investigated it. The Walmart incident happened. Don't quote me on this, but it was a while before these boys was murdered. He's just throwing shit out there to lead the detectives down the wrong path. That's what he's doing. But I did a little research. The incident with the Walmart was a while back.
So this was the first time I heard about a fight in Walmart during this entire thing. I would assume even if Melly and them didn't call the police, that Walmart would have. So there should be at least an incident report of some kind on this happening. It could be a solid lead that I've literally heard nothing about. I mean, if someone is willing to jump you in Walmart in front of everybody on camera, it wouldn't be a long shot to say that same person could also become violent, I don't know, on the road. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying I never heard anybody say they looked into that specific incident. But clearly, Portland thought it was significant.
You're talking about the Walmart on 184th
They said
and Pines Boulevard?
Yeah, they said they called the police and we, that's what occurred.
I want to say this too. If you really pay attention to what's going on here, I think we're giving Melly way too much credit. I mean, think about this, right? You think I would want to send this motherfucker up in there to come up with a story for me? Listen, I'm gonna tell you two things, right? Yeah, he could have figured. I think Melly was just trying to get himself away from the whole situation, and they probably sat down and talked about a story. But as we know, when you get in there and you talk to the police, they ask questions that you're not prepared for, and that's what's happening to this stank feet motherfucker right here, right now. So what happened is, well, I say I wouldn't have sent this motherfucker. Well, I ain't gonna say. What I'm saying is this. I don't think it's well thought out because, okay, so say you send Portland up in there, right? Like he did, and he do exactly what he doing right here, right? Two things could happen. Well, three things, and he got blessed. I don't know how the fuck he came about this motherfucker, but three things could happen. He could do what he doing right now and sit in there and tell a goddamn story, and the shit sound crazy as fuck, or he can get in there and snitch your ass out once they interrogate him for a little while, and he just say, "Fuck it, man, I can't. This shit ain't working," and he'll snitch you out. That's why I would have been apprehensive about his dumb ass going up in there. And the third thing that could have happened is what happened. They fucking let him out of there. I don't fucking know how the fuck he got out of there. Be real with you. Telling this story right here, how the fuck did he get out of there? I think I think what saved him was that he was negative for that gunshot residue, that field test. They say that when he went back and they sent it to the lab, it was positive, but I got the paperwork. The field test was negative, and I think that's the only reason he got let up out of there. Because this story here is bullshit. They know it's bullshit. Every time I hear this bullshit, like, no, no.
Did you remember talking to the police that day or not?
No, we didn't talk to the police. We just left.
You just left. The beef was inside the store?
I guess we fought inside.
When you say fought, just fist or anything else?
Fist.
Any weapons shown that day?
It was fist.
Was it safe to say you beat them?
We weren't really lucky. We got a few licks and like they stole, like my homeboy's chain popped and they picked it up and they started like flexing on Instagram and stuff like that.
So after the fight, they.
So this was on Instagram.
Yes, they posted on Instagram. But I think they deleted it because.
Who's they?
I think the people that took it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they deleted. They deleted the video, deleted their Instagram, all that. Like, it's crazy.
Remember the names?
That's what I'm saying. They didn't know who they was. Period. I'm not from down. They was from down.
But you know it was, but you knew it was on social media posting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I seen the post, but like, of course, anybody can go on Instagram and you know what I'm saying. Simply just go on Pembroke Pines and people from this gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like my homeboy, he's like big. You know what I'm saying? He's big. You know what I'm saying?
Who's your homeboy?
He's recording artist. His name is Jamel Davis. Like,
The guy you live with, Jamel?
Yeah.
But he's known?
Yeah. Look, that's what I'm saying. We didn't know. We don't know. Like, we didn't know. Like, it just came up our nose. So like, what I'm saying is like we didn't like know who they was. Like, it was like I know her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, almost like, you know how you just go to the store for something and like, all right, say you go in the store and you just feel like something finna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like your instinct tell you, and like you just, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened. Like we just called them when they hit the corner, and it just happened like that. Like, and they ran out the store after.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this too. This is a dumb motherfucker here, right? Listen. But before I say that, though, I'm gonna say this right. One thing I will say, Melly is good at, right? Probably one of his better skills, right? He knows. Okay, most people in this world, when they meet you, or they dealing with you, or they build some type of relationship with you, most people have an angle. I learned this from the streets, right? Most people have an angle. It's something. It's something beneficial towards them, right? You may not be able to put your finger on it. It may be something small. It may be, and some people are real good at it. Some people don't just come out and ask you for shit. Some people, they can wait in the weeds for days, months, weeks, years, but and the thing that they want from you may be something that you least expect. It may be something so minuscule, you know what I'm saying? Or it may be something most people want something of value. You feel what I'm saying? And those people are easy to spot. But some people don't want money or something. Like, it might be hanging around you. It might be it can be small shit sometimes. Those people who want the small shit are hard to pinpoint. But the people that want the big shit is easy to pinpoint. And Melly is very good at peeping people who want something from him or need something from him, and he's good at using that against them. This is what he did with Bortland. He realized who Bortland was a long time ago, and he used that to get to use Portland to put him in this situation. He's still using that right now. That is why, and Portland is oblivious to it. He is caught in the blender. He is on Shutter Island in a sunken place. Melly has manipulated this boy. On top of Portland, his greed, his want for a better life, his want for not to be living the life that he used to be living is propelling him to go down this path of destruction. When you could easily jump off this fucking ship and rebuild your fucking life, son. Go do your little couple years for accessory after the fact. After you snitch on this man, move away, get your fucking job and start your life, have you some children, maybe have your wife and start over, nigga. But he's so dead set, locked in on having this life right here that he see right in front of him to he'll do anything. He'll risk his freedom. He'll take his two dead best friends to a hospital and lie to the police. He'll risk his life. He'll risk all of that for this. You see what I'm saying? And Melly knows this. And this is what got Portland ass in this situation. And that is why I say, and I told my children this as they were coming up, and I repeatedly telling them this: do not let anyone buy you. Never let anyone buy you. Tell them to kiss your ass, you keep your money. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing that. You see what I'm saying? That is power. When somebody can't buy you, that is power. If somebody can buy you, they can manipulate you. You see what I'm saying? Don't never let nobody manipulate you, especially for materialistic shit. You feel what I'm saying? Shit that don't matter. None of this materialistic shit matter. They doing all this shit for money. They value money over all the times that they had with those boys growing up, all the times that they slept over each other's house, all the times that they ate each other's mama food, all the times that they fought people for each other, all the times they saved each other's life. They value money over all that. He threw all those years of real experiences, life, bonding, love away for money. And he didn't even have the money at the time. He did that shit before he even had the money. Here he is giving the police a statement. He didn't even have a fucking phone. He threw it away for the hopes of that. That's a cold motherfucker. In that case, I can buy Portland. If I see you let somebody buy you, then I know I can buy you if I got the right price. That means you ain't no loyal motherfucker. That means your loyalty waivers due to benefits. This go for men, women, anybody. I'm telling you.
Do you have any affiliation with any of the gangs?
No, sir.
Nothing at all?
No, sir.
How about your friends?
Nah. None of us affiliated with the gang. We just correlate.
Now remember the prosecution. Now remember, the prosecution was trying to prove that Melly was affiliated with a gang. And to be honest, now it all makes sense to me. Portland's testimony on this tape isn't really being offered because he's telling people the truth. In fact, I think it's exactly the opposite of that. I think their goal is to try to prove that Portland was lying in this testimony. If they can prove that he lied during this interrogation, they can say that his story about the drive-by is incredible, right? You see what I'm getting at? The prosecution didn't admit it into evidence because it was the truth, but instead to show that his testimony was fabricated. So I've been trying to figure out why they seem hell-bent on proving that Portland is guilty in the Melly trial, and for whatever reason, it just all clicked for me when I heard that detective ask this question. Anyway.
Let me ask you,
Y'all want
did you,
Y'all want these?
That's the keys to your car? Yeah, just put them over here. Have you fired a gun today?
No.
You know they're gonna be able to tell, right?
Yeah, I ain't firing no gun.
Okay.
But how I'm firing?
I'm asking you. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just asking you because if somebody was shooting at you, you know, and you shot back, that's self-defense. So there's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
The detective did a good job trying to put a gun inside of Bortland's hand right here?
Actually, the law allows you to do that. But I just want you to be straight up with me, okay? Because if we test your hands and stuff, it's going to tell us if you shot a gun today.
No, I didn't shoot a gun today. I didn't shoot no gun today, sir. I was driving. Shoot no gun.
Are there going to be any guns in the car?
No.
So here we are again. He said they asked him, did he shoot a gun today? They told him that there was going to gunshot residue in his hands. He said he did not shoot a gun that day. I'm telling y'all, man, this gunshot residue that they say he came back positive on at the lab, that shit that threw me for a loop. He came back negative. I'm gonna put the paperwork up in a little bit that showed that he was negative on the field test. But I just don't believe Bortland shot a gun. I do not believe it. I believe that they did have enough sense to know that if he gonna take them bodies there, he can't have gunpowder residue on his hands. I believe that gunpowder residue that got on Bortland either came from his close proximity of that gun being fired in that car, and he in that car, or it came from one of them spotty ass handshakes that he gave Melly when they split up. And I would bet $100 that they hugged or gave each other a handshake before they split up, because you don't know if it's the last time you ever gonna see him again. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all is saying, and when y'all split up, y'all saying, bro, I love you, bro. I got you. So you gonna do that. You gonna hug your nigga, or you gonna give him a handshake, or they do all that sporty or the handshake shit now. So I just don't believe he shot a gun. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that I believe that they would have left them in the car by themselves and ran away from the scene had both of them shot. I believe that was the big thing with him taking him to the hospital. I don't believe he shot. I do not believe it. I don't believe it.
Damn, that seemed kind of calculated too on Melly's behalf. Like to shake his hand after he know he done shot the gun and knowing he would have gunpowder residue on his hands to transfer it to Portland.
It could have been. I definitely see what you're saying with that, Dream Dog. Hell yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
then send him up in there in the hospital with the bodies and all of that. Like it helps Melly's case, if that was the case.
Yeah, it definitely Melly is smarter than Bortland. Definitely Melly put Bortland out there and was thinking about himself. He wasn't thinking about Bortland. Bortland was thinking about Melly. Bortland's like, man, I'm gonna help my dog. I'm gonna save my dog. My dog finna blow. So I'm finna save my dog. And then if I know I ain't killed nobody, so I'm gonna take the bodies up in there. And if I can save my dog, then I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear. That's why he was so happy. They say Bortland was happy than a motherfucker at Fredo Bang house. You know what I'm talking about? They say Melly was kind of acting like a little, he didn't want to talk and shit like that there. But they say Bortland was jumping up and down, skipping, because he was thinking about them motherfucking bands finna come in. You feel what I'm saying? He was jumping in for position. He went from the last guy who was sharing clothes with motherfuckers wearing Drew Film shirts and had stank feet and was happy that he had a place to stay. And now he right side by side with Melly in all the videos. You know what I'm saying? He is Ace Boon Coon, and he got leverage over Melly.
Right. And that's what Melly was talking about. Like, oh, I'm gonna bring Melly or I'm gonna bring Bartlett with me because he did the realest shit in my life or whatever.
But I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna show you, Melly slick too. Melly don't like people to have leverage over him. That's why they finna throw Bortland ass under this motherfucking bus to get his ass out the way. So now you get what I'm saying? Like he don't
right.
like,
That only leave Melly only,
right.
to be reap the benefits of everything and get everybody else out the way.
Exactly.
Were you guys just smoking out when you guys were in the car driving?
They we was like, when I got on close to the exit though, they was like damn asleep. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because the car reeks,
of weed.
Of
Yeah.
weed.
Cause
So
we been smoking it. No.
okay, I just want to know.
I know. I'm tell you real. I'm gonna tell you straight. Like I'm tell you, cause I don't have nothing to lie about. You feel me?
Right.
So like,
You guys doing any dope deal gone bad, and that's why this happened?
No.
What kind of loaded question is that? Bruh, the detective tweaking with that.
And you guys work. How do you guys support yourself?
Tell you, my homeboy is a signed recording artist.
Jamel?
Yes.
That's how you're paying for the rent for the house and utilities and everything?
Yes, sir.
Who's he signed with?
He signed under 300. Hold up.
Hold up, he says. I think this might be where it clicks for the detective that they were popping in the rap game, and it could also be the moment that the detective develops tunnel vision.
Hey, did y'all catch that though?
What? Well, when Portland admit that they was asleep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's literally what just stood out to me.
I'm tired of this shit.
It's so sad.
That shit look like a smack.
300?
No.
I'm assuming that's a rental car? Yeah. Who's the car rental?
Our manager.
What's that?
Our manager.
And which one's your manager? What's his name?
I don't know. It's like Frankie's.
What you mean, our manager? You ain't no artist, boy. You ain't nothing but the dude that eat everybody leftover food, clean up behind everybody, go to the store for people to get blunts, and steal everybody clothes, and tell all the hoes that y'all run into that you the next up. I'm the next up. Yeah, my album coming out. Dumb.
Right.
Your manager,
I can call him my nickname. But I need to know his real name. And I just met him like this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna like just know his name. But his name's Trap.
His what?
It's Trap.
I thought the nigga said his name was Frankie. Let me back this shit up.
Oh, he probably trying to think of Frank
He
Clark.
did say Frankie.
I thought that nigga said Frankie. Though. Hold on.
He did.
Who's the car rental?
Our manager.
What's that?
Our manager.
And which one's your manager? What's his name?
I don't know. It's like Frankie's something.
Your manager,
I can call him my nickname. I need to know his real name. And I just met him like this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna like just know his name. But his name's Trap.
His what?
It's Trek.
Trek?
Yeah.
TREK?
Yeah.
This nigga's slow, bro.
Now I want to say this too. That go back to Spoon when Spoon said that he didn't know them boys. Track didn't know them boys that long, and he just said it. You know what I mean. He said, he
But you can't spell, bro. Like
you're right.
It's like he spelled it how he say it.
Right. He said Frankie though. Where the fuck he get Frankie from? Oh, I guess from Francois.
From Francois.
Francois. Yeah, Francois.
He didn't believe his name was Francois. Yo.
Is there anything else you can provide us that's going to help us for your friend's sake? This is the point. Anything you're involved in, anything illegal, you tell us it's fine. It's a wash at this point. We need to know the full story for Anthony and Chris's sake.
Yeah, we don't care, man.
FYI, if a cop ever tells you, hey, now is the time to admit to all of your crimes, it's all good now because we're here. Don't worry, or you got to ignore what the hell he's talking about and get a damn lawyer.
as far as that. All we care about is your friends, who shot your friends. Right? We're homicide detectives. So I don't care if you were doing a drug deal. I don't care if you had a beef with somebody. I'm just telling you. I don't care any of that shit.
I'm tell you, no.
All I care about is solving your friend's homicide.
No, it wasn't nothing like that, bro. I told y'all the story, and that's it, bro. I don't even talk about it. Like, 'cause I told y'all.
When he said story, that would have made me reach my ears perk up too. He said, I told y'all the story. He should have said, I told y'all what happened. He said, I told y'all the story. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like,
That's right. The story is a lie.
yeah, this guy's just a badass liar, man.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Just so you know, all right, because you're saying, well, I don't want to talk anymore. There's going to be a lot more questions. And we're not trying to piss you off. The thing is, we don't know your friends.
Yeah.
So the reason we have to ask all these questions, because the more we know about your friends, your lifestyle, your friend's lifestyle, your friends, his friends, and the circumstances surrounding today, the more, the easier it's going to be for us to try and solve this. Okay, if we don't get any information, it's let me throw this out to you, okay? And just be straight out, man. Just be this is an honest answer, and I would respect you, okay, by just telling me the truth, even if it's something that I don't want to hear. But I respect the truth rather than BS, okay? And a simple question: if you knew who did this, okay, you may or may not know. If you knew who did this, would you tell me? It's either a yes or no question. Answer.
Man. What you would have said, Dream? Dream.
The silence is deafening right here, but his answer could be
And that's
detrimental
it.
to how investigators viewed him moving forward.
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly. The truth. You wouldn't?
Because I wouldn't want to be a part of it. I wouldn't want to be.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that.
I don't like it's a lot that comes with that stuff, bro. I could get killed.
Because you rather just handle it within you guys? Okay.
Wow. Did y'all hear what Borland just said? Let's run that back one time.
You wouldn't?
Because I wouldn't want to be a part of it. I wouldn't want to be.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that.
I don't like it's a lot that comes with that stuff, bro. I could get killed.
He don't want to help because he could be killed for it. See, this is when the detective should have explained this man's options if he decided to cooperate, what protections could be afforded to him, but the detective completely ignores it and pushes through with this line of questioning. But there was a real missed opportunity right here, I feel like.
This shit for me right now. I don't know how to think right now. I don't know how to feel right now. Like, I'm so fucked up right now, like, I don't know. Officer, detectives, I'm sorry for my language, you know what I'm saying?
No, sorry, nothing.
Hands down here, like, this shit make me emotional, bro. Like, I ain't been asleep since yesterday, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit just really fucked me up, son. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all gotta take my shoes and
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
I just got them bitches back for somebody that got.
Hold on, I got it.
Oh, damn, nigga.
I gotta talk about them shoes.
For my language, you know what I'm saying?
No, sorry, nothing.
Hands down here, like, this shit make me emotional, bro. Like, I ain't been asleep since yesterday, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit just really fucked me up, son. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta counter for that.
Take shoes and I just got them bitches back for somebody that goddamn took them from me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
They want his motherfucking shoes.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
3
that
in 30
other boy
seconds.
shoe. Fuck you, mean somebody he just got them back. Nobody want no shoe from your stank feet ass. Hey, listen.
Hell nah.
I gotta back him up one more time, dog. That bitch said I got my shoe.
I don't know how to feel.
Hurt behind the shoes.
Like, I'm so fucked up right now. Like, I don't know. Officer detectives, I'm sorry for my language. You know what I'm
You can
saying?
tell that bitch ain't had no clothes.
Like, this shit make me emotional, bro. Like, I ain't been asleep since yesterday, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit just really just fucked me up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all gotta take my shoes, and I just got them bitches back from somebody that goddamn took them from me. You know what I'm saying? Took your shoes? Yeah, nah.
Or he said he had to get them and clean them. They was dirty. Whoever took them, he took them.
Listen, what he mad about is them ain't his motherfucking shoes. That's that other dude's shoes that let him borrow them bitches and the police taking them bitches. That's what the fuck going on.
It's the fact that he had the nerve. He really mentioned it during this interrogation that he hurt behind them shoes. The other pair he got is the ones that's talking.
Yeah, y'all gotta take my shoes, and I just got them bitches back from somebody that goddamn took them from me. You know what I'm saying? Took your shoes? Yeah, and I had to get them back, and I had to clean them up. They took your shoes. My homeboy had them took them, and I had to go get them, and he had them fuck them up, man.
Bro, we talking about your homeboy dead, bro. You talking about fucking shoes?
He stole from you?
He like kind of like switched them out, like his shoes weren't nothing compared to his. You know what I'm saying?
He lives with you, or is
nah? He just came down there just, you know what I'm saying, just to, cause he makes music too.
Mm-hmm.
So he came down there.
At your house or at the recording studio? Hey, where's the recording studio at?
I don't know the exact like location. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's my first time being there. You know what I'm saying? They brought me there.
Mm-hmm.
So like.
He don't want to tell where that recording studio at because he know that recording studio camera gonna put Melly in that goddamn car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro, this shit is a whole cover up, dog.
And he just gave a whole story and shit about them shoes.
About them fucking shoes. And I'm gonna tell
Nigga
you,
was hurt.
He too goddamn calm for me. Like, be honest with you, like, I'm just saying, your two homeboys just got murdered, bro, in a drive-by. So you say, like, I'm hysterical, me personally. Like, oh, ain't all that answering questions, all that type of shit. That like, I don't know. I'm just thinking I would have been a little bit more hysterical than that. I'd have been like,
right.
He sounds. What you say, Nell?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like you're a little too calm. He talking about shoes and all this bullshit, and man, right? That's what I'm saying.
It come off way too easy.
I know it was in the Dale, like that's probably like
in the where?
In Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
You know what exit off of 95? Do you get off 95? Is it on East?
Yeah, it's off of 95, but I think it's like, is that Oakland or something like that?
Oakland Park?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I had to use their phone for GPS.
Hold on. So he said he had to use their phone for GPS. That what it looked like.
Bro, really didn't have no phone, Marita.
Yeah. I just caught that. My bad.
Their phone.
Yeah, he said he had to use their phone.
Oakland Park.
I had to use their phone for GPS.
Damn. So he used one of Juvie. He's saying he used Juvie or Satchit's phone for GPS to get to the hospital.
Wait a minute.
I think that's what he said. Let me back on. I don't want to lie on stank feet.
Lauderdale. That's like the only like.
You know what exit off of 95? Do you get off 95? Is it on East?
Yeah, it's off of 95. But I think it's like, is that Oakland or something like that?
Oakland Park?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I had to use their phone for GPS.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long? Yeah.
Well, we're trying to help, you know, the friends.
I know
what happened.
I know.
So, you know, I mean, if it was my friends,
it's just like I can't like you know, like you if you was there and you was inside.
I understand that, and you know, getting shot at ain't. I'm sure it's not a fun thing. I've been shot at too, so I definitely know. But I definitely would want, you know, to find out or help the police as much as possible. You know, because listen, the bottom line is, man. You know, I know you're mad and you want revenge and all that kind of stuff, but the reality is, what's it going to bring to you? A momentary satisfaction? I'm just saying, what would that bring to you? A little bit of satisfaction?
What an assumption to make. This man wants to go commit murder? In fact, I find the detective to be making a lot of assumptions during this interrogation. He assumed that he called his best friend by another name other than his birth name. He assumed they were smoking weed in the car. He assumed they might have been in a drug deal before this all went down. And now he assumes that Bortland is out to get retribution when he gets out the hospital. He has a lot of predetermined assumptions about YNW, it seems.
But then you get...
But them ain't far-fetched assumptions. Them not far-fetched. Most people, you know, well, I ain't gonna say most, but a lot of people in that situation, if their friends had got that done to, the police is just trying to, the police pretty much give him too much benefit of the doubt, if you ask me. The police figuring, oh, he not telling us stuff because he wants to go get back on the guys that did this. That's what the police is assuming. At some point, I ain't saying he thought about that the whole time, but at some point he did. That's what he did think, and that's a fair assumption if you ask
Yeah,
me.
based off of what Cortland been saying, you know, with the Walmart incident, and then somebody allegedly then snatched and took their chain and flexed on it on Instagram, and they wanted to get some get back, and how shit was squashed, and yeah, those were presumable assumptions.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then you end up, you know, in jail. Maybe you kill them, they're suffering or whatever is done and over. They don't get justice through the law, but then you end up in jail. You know, so who won? You know, is the truth. You know, they win because now instead of killing two people, they essentially kill a third, because once you go to jail for life for killing somebody, then your life is essentially over too. So, you know, you gave them the satisfaction of taking out the entire car.
I'm not thinking, you know, retaliation, man. I'm trying to make sure my mom and my sister, that's what I'm worried about right now. I ain't even trying to retaliate. That's her. This is a hurtful feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's a hurtful feeling. And dudes, two people you grew up with. You know what I'm saying? That shit hurt.
How long have you known?
Years, man. Years.
Anthony, like how many years?
Years.
5 years?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, man. So he's saying that he knew them like 5 years, but I thought they knew each other since like real small, maybe like middle school. But then again, hold on. Yeah, I guess.
The other niggas knew each other that long. I don't know how long Portland knew everybody.
Yeah. That's why I say I guess. How
did you guys meet? Was it school? Was it? Or or just do music biz? Hmm?
There's a whole bunch of different things.
They said he took pictures of it
Hey, hold on a minute.
So that was the whole interrogation. Overall, I think the detective did an okay job aside from the assumptions and not being able to understand where the shooting actually happened according to what Bortland was saying. But remember that Bortland's testimony isn't really being offered to people because it's the truth. It's being offered for the opposite of that reason. So anything that he said in there that can be proven as a lie will work against him and Melly in the trial. It's another good example of why having an attorney is not only a right, but a necessity during an interrogation. Shout out again to Crime Circus for the interrogation footage. Y'all be sure to go subscribe to his channel if you enjoy interrogations, because Crime Circus basically owns the whole niche at this point. Anyways, the trial is still going on, and today we're supposed to see if the mistrial goes through or not, and I'll be covering that tomorrow, so y'all be sure to stay locked in. Anyways.
So he made this video the day before. He made this video the day before yesterday. But I'm gonna read some of y'all comments in the chat. Read some of y'all comments. Kamel Kimmel say, I saw an interview on this clown, and he didn't even mention the guys Portland on a Tippy interview. Wow. Tavares say, ain't say Melly one time. That's enough right there. Exactly. Did say, I can't lie, this story is interesting. He's telling it's interesting as hell. It is, because we can tell he lying like a motherfucker. He definitely ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. La Isla Bonita say, so he had no phone, sharing shoes, and wearing free Drew filmed it merch. Yeah. A damn fool. Tanel say, that's my next point. He's more upset about shoes being taken than his two friends being deceased. Exactly. I just saw him not even try to grab them out the car. That means he didn't want to touch them. I have never seen, my brother got murdered, and I wasn't there, but I'm saying his friends that were there, they all had blood on them. They all was, grabbing him and putting him in the car and when they took him to the hospital, they grabbed him out the car and took him into the hospital. They didn't even wait for the nurses and stuff to come with the stretcher. They toted his ass into the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
right.
Like, I don't know. This guy, listen, man. These dudes is guilty as fuck. I understand when people feel like that maybe Melly could beat it. I get that part. But I'm talking about the people that just think he innocent. You fucking got to be insane, nigga. What y'all say?
Yeah. I agree, man. I ain't really not much to say. It's just
Right.
sad situation. Rest in peace, Sack. Long live Juvie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Marita Boy. Shout out to you, Dream Doll. I can't be up here much longer because my laptop had to die. So,
all right, hey Neff, I had looked in my email. I ain't seen nothing. You had sent me an email?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you another email.
Okay, I'll look as soon as I get off of here. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you all.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Good night.
Good night, G. Good night, G. It's just sad, dog. It's just sad. And I'm gonna say this too, man. That's why shout out to y'all. Shout out for those of you guys who've been supporting Spoon and who've been supporting this channel and who've been riding for Sack Chaser, Juvie, and the families of the victims. And I'm gonna tell you why, bro. I'm telling you, as I scour these YouTube streets, I'm telling you, man, it's not a lot of people that's just like speaking out for the victims, bro. I mean, it's people, but I'm saying like as far as like platforms, like whole platforms that's like speaking out for the victims, I don't see none. I ain't seen none. I see, and I understand we kind of close to the situation, so we invested. But I'm saying, like, I see people touching on the case, and I see people in their comments and chat saying stuff. But I'm saying it's not like a lot of outrage for the victims. You know what I mean? It's more people saying
Right.
Free Melly because they like his music than people saying, well, what about Sack Chaser and Juvie? And that's why what Spoon is doing is so important, because people, it was like they would have swept these boys' lives just under the rug. Like that's what was happening. They was being, I hate to say it, but it was like they was being like tossed to the side, like they was
Right.
like their lives didn't matter. You know what I mean? All because this guy, they like this guy's music, or this guy can make songs, or this guy can make money, or this guy can put money in certain people's pockets and stuff like that. Like that shit is sad, bro. These guys had whole lives. They was babies once. They grew up. They took their first steps. They rode their first bicycle. You know what I'm saying? They played basketball. You know what I mean? Like all type of stuff, like football, like you know what I mean, like went to, the movies and like girls and all of this type of stuff, and now y'all just want to erase, like sweep their life under the rug like they never existed. Like, so man, shout out to Spoon, man. Shout out to those of you who support what's right, man. I'm telling you, man. I know sometimes if you ever look at any of those movies or any of those uh people's lives who end up achieving great stuff, it always comes up a time when it's like the odds are stacked against them and it look like they ain't gonna make it, and it look like justice ain't gonna prevail, and it look like it ain't gonna happen. And then what happens in the end? It happens, you know, it happens. So I just want y'all to keep the faith, say prayers for Spoon, Juvie, Sack, the family. And I'm gonna say this too, y'all. Think about this. If I'm Juvie and Sack and I'm looking down, man, I'm happy to see people fighting for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we are their voice. You know what I mean? Like, I would be happy to see people fighting for me. You know? What you say, Dream?
I agree. And I think because it's not across the board, it's not even. It's not like an even amount of people it's not an even amount of people that's fighting for Juvie and Sack.
Yeah.
So and that's disheartening.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It is, man. And that's the world. That's a crazy world we live in. Like, we got to try to bring up our babies in this world. And I'm going to say this to y'all, too. I'm going to say this. I understand a lot of people may not, well, I don't understand it, but I'm just telling how people are. A lot of people may not feel a connection or whatever because it ain't happened to them. But I'm gonna tell you something, boy. It don't gotta happen to me for me to feel a connection because I know that what's going on out there in them streets, that shit could happen to anybody. And I just want y'all to understand now. Don't hey, it could be any of us. Like we all have people that we love. We all have children. You know what I mean? Well, a lot of us have children. We got brothers and daddies and uncles and cousins, and you know what I mean. I'm saying with what's going on out there in the streets or in the world right now, we pretty much everybody done experienced some kind of loss, I would assume, if you're a certain age. So like, man, like, hey, just because it ain't you right now, don't think it can't be you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
do what's right, man. I mean, even if you ain't doing that, but just supporting, you know what I mean? That goes a long way. You know what I mean? Just support, you know what I mean? Like, it's what's right, man. It's what's right. Mm-hmm. Tanel, you want to come up? I'm gonna drop the link. I don't think we got no trolls. We don't got no trolls tonight, Tanel. I think y'all done. I think they over there on Skull Channel. You be on Skull Channel sometimes too, Dream Dog?
On who channel?
Go.
I don't know who that is.
That's my first time over there tonight. He got a pretty nice size platform. He say no to Skull.
I heard about it. I don't know it off the top of my head though.
Yeah, I heard a few people talk about him. I went over there tonight. I'll check it him out. I like his platform. His chat was moving fast as hell.
Hold on,
Hey,
let me
Tanel.
get this baby together.
Hey,
How
Tanel.
did I know you was gonna drag me up here tonight?
You know I love you. You know I love you. Nah, we ain't gonna hang out. We ain't gonna hang out too late tonight because we got tomorrow, day two tomorrow, and I'm interested to see. I want a full day of trial. You know what I'm saying? They was moving kind of fast
Yeah,
today, and I want a full day of trial. I want to see how they tie in these cell phones and stuff like this. And but I do think the prosecutor took back some ground today. I do think she had the defense nervous, and I do think what they was trying to get not when they was trying to get her not to bring in. I think it was very damning to their case, and I do think this is where the tide turns because ain't no way in hell they finna discredit no cell phone data because you know how many people been put in jail from cell phone data, man.
hell, you know how many people got caught up with their bitches and with their men about some damn cell phone data, so you know
Right,
that shit is reliable.
right, exactly.
But yeah,
And they got
I agree with you.
the FBI guy up there too. You know,
Yeah, now I want to see how the defense argue against him about the unreliability of the cell phone data and all the cell phone shit.
right,
That's what I want to see. Because
right.
it's just like you really gonna go up against the FBI. This is what they do. Come on now.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see the FBI guy get cross-examined by the black guy because the black guy been able to make most of the other experts create a little bit of reasonable doubt. But I wonder what he's gonna be able to do with this FBI special what they call it expert. So that's what I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see them verbally spar and see what the back and forth is. But damn, they did give that black dude another day to come up with something to say, another evening to come up with some shit to say to that guy. But I was right as far as when I seen she brought that first lady up there, that lady looked like she was sleepy, looked like she had bags in her eyes. When
Yeah,
she brought her up there, she only asked her a few questions. She kind of said no more questions. And then she brought the guy up there, the police cell phone guy, and she asked him a few questions, and she was like, "No more questions." I was like, "Oh, she's setting the table." And I said that this must gonna be some more uh, cell phone people come up, and just as sure she dropped the FBI guy. Now I think it's probably gonna be a couple. Tomorrow might be all cell phone data. What you think?
I probably would put my money on that
Yeah, yeah,
because it's so much.
yeah.
It's
It's a
so
lot.
much. I mean, from the pictures of Melly posing in front of or like Michael Jackson laying on the floor like he recreating which album was that?
I
Was
think
it
that's Thriller,
Thriller?
Thriller,
Yeah.
Thriller.
To all kind of shit. So
Mhm.
man, it's a lot.
Mhm. And then when we saw that damn interrogation video of him doing that foolish shit in that goddamn interrogation room, I was like, oh my God.
Man, and I tell you, I was rolling. I was rolling.
Hey, I don't want them to let that guy out, man. I'm telling you, that guy,
He ain't going nowhere. The next pose Melly gonna make is the one where he's taking his damn prison ID picture. Okay,
right.
that's the next Melly pose.
Mm,
Shit, ain't nobody worrying about him. He's going to prison,
right.
hopefully to death row.
Ooh,
That's That's it.
ooh.
I don't see her making a case for death row, though, honestly. Like she's gonna have to really tie some gang shit in there for the jury to vote for the death penalty, in my opinion.
I think so too.
Um,
I think she had a window for it, but she kind of missed it in her opening statement. She should have just the same way that defense attorney threw all that shit against the wall and seen what stuck. She should have threw all that shit against the wall. The jury has yet to fight, yet to hear that Zach Chase and him had a fight. You know?
and he got his goals knocked out.
Right,
They should have said that because
right,
I mean, if you did that and sending dick pics to my bitch, we got problems.
right,
On top of you m wording me
right.
for years, You know, we got a problem until it turned into a relationship. Let's just say that. Because
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all something too. But he didn't cover it in this video right here. But I'm gonna show y'all something.
But I see you like my boy KB, huh?
Yeah, I like KB. I had checked him out once before, but I do like him though. I want to show
Yeah.
you.
I watch him all the time. He good.
You see that right there?
Uh-huh.
YNW Melly trial, lovers triangle with homeboys. You see that right?
I see it.
Okay then.
It's clear. Clear as day. And that's what, 12 hours ago. That's clear. It show says lover triangle with homeboy.
And this is Al Prophet. He been doing
Oh
this.
yeah, I watch him too.
He been doing this for a long time. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure he done. Now I watched the video. I think it's a part one because I watched the video and I don't remember him touching on it. But so I think it's gonna be another part to this. But yeah, so there go the horizontal mumbo.
Okay.
The mumbo. So y'all see it.
Yeah. So we ain't the only ones saying nothing about the horizontal mambo either.
I also see Track stood up King AK-47 too for the interview.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he just posted. I got a notification on my phone where he said that what's the name? It's a 100K Track duck interview over King Von. Yeah.
Oh wow.
YNW Melly case. So he live right now. King AK-47 is.
Oh, okay. Like my boy Ghost Chavo was saying, I ain't even gonna hold you. I went to sleep early, and stayed asleep for a good little minute.
Shit, I dozed off on y'all at the end of that live. That's why I just ended it. I was asleep when I ended. I was asleep. I just woke up probably about an hour ago, but I'm gonna go back to sleep anyway. I'm gonna end this live so we can go and get some sleep and we can touch on it. We can get up early in the morning and catch 9 o'clock when the case start.
Yeah, because that's 8 for me. So let me set this alarm right now while I'm thinking about it.
Right. So shout out to my moderator, shout out to Dream Dog, Sophisticated Nuno, Battalion Bully, to Chicks 1000, aka Chick 1K, to Nell Bowens, Flyboy Mike 04, Nephew for Real. Shout out to my guy Audio Crack 22. Shout out to my guy Spoon. Go subscribe to his channel. That's Spoonful is the game on YouTube. That's YW Juvie Father. Please go subscribe to his channel. Also, shout out to my guy Unspoken Crime Mysteries or Unspoken Crime Murders. Also shout out to Silk Foster, bro, came on the panel today. Shout out to Melanie. Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Eddie. I see you, Eddie. Came around the block and I still see you. Memphis in the building, man. Shout out to Tavares Johnson. I see you, bro. I see you.
Oh, you getting off now?
Yeah, I'm finna get off now so we can get some rest.
Okay, you see somebody in the back, Melly the Don that tripping?
Yeah, I
Girl.
figured that's PJ.
That's why I was saying the shit that I was saying about the Melly pose and everything else.
Yeah,
let him know.
I figured that was PJ, so I just left him alone.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he can't even spell Melly.
PJ.
Yeah, I just left him alone.
With that last comment, yeah, that's PJ.
Yeah, I said that's PJ, man. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the morning. We're gonna be broadcasting, streaming the trial live. I'm gonna go and get some sleep. I hope you guys get some sleep, because we got a long week ahead of us. So good night, guys. I appreciate y'all. Long live Juvie, long live Sack. Justice for the families, man.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Night, y'all.
Night.
Good night, Dream Doll.
Going over King AK-47. I'm watching Dream Doll.
I ain't going over there.
Yo, your ass.
That's my girl.
I'm getting in the bed. I ain't going over there.
That's my girl. That's my girl,
Watch. She just get ready to go watch it. She just ain't gonna comment shit. That's all.
Right. That's my
I ain't going I ain't going to that nigga house. I ain't creeping.
Right. I'm playing though. I'm just playing.
Oh my goodness. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.